Businesses need processes and systems in place to help them accomplish their goals. When an organization doesn't have these in place, you see them struggling, you see them floundering, you see the owner heavily involved in the day-to-day operations, you see an organization that is spending its whole time firefighting rather than planning for the future.
You'll hear different customers having different experiences. From the point of getting that first email to getting an invoice even.
If a business is consistently not meeting customer expectations, there's a good chance they don't have the correct processes and or any systems in place.
Day one, the owner. The minute he decides to go into business, he needs to start documenting his processes. So it's the owner, it's the individual managers, it's the individual themselves, the employee themselves, and documenting what they do day in and day out. I think it's everybody's responsibility.
So responsibility in monitoring whether the processes and systems are working, I would say would be on upper management. However, it is upper management's responsibility to get the buy-in of the total team and for them to understand what's in it for them to follow through with these processes and systems. So if there's not total buy-in with the whole team isn't engaged, then it's not going to happen. Upper management cannot force it to happen.
I think the best place to start is a whiteboard. Got a whiteboard and a marker, start there. A flip chart, if you've got a flip chart. If you got Post-it notes. It's really more visual, I think, when people start to document their processes and they see those, just to get started. And then get it down on paper. But obviously electronically, you need to get it into some type of system that it can be maintained in. Otherwise, you put it in a binder, it just stays in a binder and collects dust. So there's a lot of great tools out there. SmartDraw is a great tool for workflow systems. I use PowerPoint a lot. I do workflow in PowerPoint. It's because I know that most people can use PowerPoint and they can move boxes around. So that's a great way to visually. And then good old Word for just pure words in documentation. I'm a huge Evernote fan. I love Evernote for documentation. So I do recommend that if it makes sense for that organization.
It probably depends on how fast transactions happen in their business, but it could be daily, it could be weekly, it could be monthly, it could be quarterly. So it kind of depends on the business and on the industry. But it needs to be often enough so if a change needs to happen, you can still make that change and implement it in time to get to the results that you're hoping to get to. The implementation of processes allows you and your management team to manage these processes. It then frees you up to lead your people. So we're not dealing in the how necessarily, but it gives a management team to work on the vision and the culture and the why of the organization. So once your processes are working fine, you have a well-oiled machine, now it's time for the owner and or owners to decide what else they want to do. They've basically worked themselves out of a job because they have such a well-oiled team and everything's running smoothly. Profits are being met, goals are being accomplished. So is this business now, does this owner want to go sit on a beach and relax? Does this owner or owners, do they want to sell the business? Or do they want to duplicate the business? Or do they want to try something else? Maybe they have another passion now. So once an owner or owners have accomplished this, they now have that flexibility. They basically built a business that works without them.